Hi, so my name is Makiba Phillip, and I'm here today to talk to you about something so very important and dear to me. Now, the Word of God in Isaiah 22:18 discusses something very important. It says, "Suffer not a witch to live." Now, when I think about that, I think about God does not want us to be dishonest about a whole lot of details. Now, if that is the Word of God, if we find ourselves doing things that's not in accordance to the will of God, we're going to find that we are doing the same thing, right? You could find yourself witching, lying to God, if you're not a child of God, if you find yourself stealing, doing things that's not fair, unfair things to people, mistreating people, and that's a form of witching. And God said in His Word, "Suffer not a witch to live." So therefore, if you find that you're doing things that you're not supposed to do in life, you are to ask God to forgive you, ask others to forgive you for what you have done also, and make the right choices and correct steps towards living in God, living for God, and doing the things that He requires you to do so that you can be where you're supposed to be, in the presence of God. God is a holy God. The Word of God clearly states, "What you sow, you will reap." And God is not mocked. What you sow, you will reap, right? That's how it says it, right? So, if that is the case, we're not just doing things correctly or doing things according to the standards of God because we want to get something, but because it's what we're supposed to do. Honoring God with who we are, what we're supposed to do in the life before God, right? The fear of man, that's something that people struggle with because they would like to do things that makes other people happy or make other people feel, confident about us, secure about us, because they just like us to be the way that we are. So if you find that your friends like you being cowardice, that's what you're going to do. If you find that your friends just like you to be a joke, they just like you to be funny all the time, or they like you to be silly, or they like you to just be a person that don't speak up, then you'll find that that's what makes them happy, because they're comfortable that you're not being yourself. When you stand up for the right things in life and you maintain your confidence, and your confidence not just in what you know and believe, but in God, then that makes people uncomfortable with you if they are not desiring your best for you. If people desire what's best for you, they will be very happy for you, that you want to be confidently you, that you want to be who you're supposed to be, that you want to be a person that is true to oneself. Okay, and being true to yourself and stand up for what's right and living correctly before God is divinely the way that God would like us to be, because you have security in that, security in serving God and doing what you're supposed to do. That we know that we have a place with God in heaven one day, and we're sowing the right seeds, and one day we'll reap that. But when people sow seeds that's poor and unto judgment, the judgment of God, then we know that those seeds are only going to bear fruit that's going to lead us to a place that we don't want to be. I mean, forever is a long time, and I would like to be with God forever in the heavenlies worshiping God, than to think of being in a place where it's a lake of fire, a lake that burns with sulfur. Or who wants to burn for... but who wants to burn forever in a place like that, right? I don't think that anyone will just think about themselves being in an uncomfortable position for the rest of their lives. I don't think people think that way, but I think that people think that if they deny the truth and they don't think about it enough, then it becomes untrue. But things don't change like that. God is the same, and He does not change, right? And He is the one that orders every day that comes to pass, because tomorrow is not promised to any of us, okay? And when I think about how some people, they desire the rest for us. Okay, so we have the divine standards of God, righteousness of God, presence of God, supernaturality, right? When I think about that, when I think about the supernatural realms of God, spiritual realms of God, and ramification of God, and I see that people want to take unstable things and unstable suggestions and gestures and try to make it holy. You cannot be calling no witchcraft, no spirituality. I don't feel comfortable